What's up, everybody? Leone here again today with another device review for you guys. Before we get into the review, this review has been waiting a long time because it took forever to get it, and I'll explain. And something a little interesting today, something very different than what I usually do. It's quite expensive, or in the expensive range, I would say. Yeah, this guy is the VaporShark Rdna 40. So, the VaporShark Rdna 40. I've been waiting for this guy for a long time. I've been talking about this guy for a long time. I ordered this December 1st. Believe it or not, I just got it a week ago. So, yeah, I've been waiting for this thing a long time. And actually, I think they just forgot about my order, to be honest with you, because I know they were having issues. But then I went back, and it was like a couple weeks ago. I was like, let me email them and see what's going on with this. And sure enough, there was an issue. They totally forgot the order. And they shipped it right away after that, which was kind of annoying that I thought they were experiencing problems, and then it took them forever to ship it. So I don't know, I think the order got lost in a bunch of orders or whatnot. I ordered it on Cyber Monday because they had 20% off. It was a good sale, so I ordered this as a gift to myself. Anyways, not about that. What did I pay for this, or what is it retailing for? It goes for $189.99. And that includes the VaporShark itself. You don't get the skin. The skins are $10. You do get the LG 35 amp red battery that comes with it, pre-installed. It came, and you do get a micro USB charging cable for that price. We do an unboxing later here, and you'll see what you all get for the $189.99 plus free shipping. So under $200, one of these could be yours. So it's a little pricier than what I would usually spend at a mod. Yeah, but it is what it is. We will be looking at this. We'll be reviewing this. Let's start with what it is. Obviously, it's a variable wattage box mod, capable from 1 watt all the way up to 40 watts, with temperature control, the all-popular temperature control. We're not going to get into the temperature control today. I need more time with it. I finally got my first build in there, and it seems to be working okay, but I want to keep playing with it before I report on the temperature control. So we'll do another video entirely temperature control and based on the Rdna 40. Today we're looking at the actual device itself. So we will be getting into the Rdna part of it a little bit, but we're just going to like skim the surface. I don't want to make this video 40-50 minutes long. So we're just going to look at the VaporShark. Like I said, I already said the price. I said what it is. Let's get down low. Let's look at it close up. Let's look at some of the features. And then we'll come back up and we'll talk a little more about it. Alright, so here is the up close of the VaporShark Rdna 40. Comes in a box like this. Standard, I don't know, standard. Looks like an iPhone box, honestly. Top just comes off. You've obviously got your VaporShark in here. And we'll look at that in a minute. Let's see what else we get in here. And you get a micro USB cable here. Got a ton of those going around. I should start selling them on eBay. Shit. Anyways, that's the packaging, and that's what's included. Some info on here about the device itself. LG 2500 35 amp battery. It's included. It actually comes pre-installed. At least it came pre-installed on mine. Evolved Rdna 40, 40 watts of power. It's got the temperature sensing, the dimensions down here. You got the, we'll talk about this stuff here, the zip height, self-adjusting 510, and the website, and that's actually about it. It tells you here how to get through all the different features of the Rdna 40, which we'll get into. It's pretty self-explanatory. But here's the device. It's got a rubbery coating on it. It feels like, I don't know, like those Eagle batteries filled, those black Eagle batteries, that kind of rubberish coating, not slippery whatsoever. I like the finish of this. It's very nice. Alright, so let's take a look at the device itself now. Start up top here. So I got some juice or something on it, not sure, but anyways. You're going to have your airflow cutouts here for, grab my pointer. Airflow cutouts, obviously, if you're getting airflow from the 510. So that's done nicely up here. It looks pretty sealed actually, right around to where the battery door is. Doesn't look like juice would get in there like some devices. Seems to be a huge gap. There is a slight, you know, gap there. I don't think juice would get in. It looks pretty darn tightly sealed. Do have a spring-loaded 510 here, so that's nice. All addies and tanks will fit on there perfectly. Then going down to the side here, you do have Vapor Shark Rdna. On here, it feels, I don't know, it's on there. I heard on other versions people had this rub off. I mean, I've only had it for a week, so it has not rubbed off for me, at least yet. On the bottom you do have the screen. Yes, brand new screen. We'll get into that in a minute. You got your down and your up wattage buttons and your fire button, which does light up blue when you do press it. When it is charging and you do have it plugged in via the micro USB, this will be red telling you it's charging. Then on the back here you have your battery door. You got these two like Allen key screws here, which actually hold in all the circuitry and everything behind here. And then we saw that already. And then this here, this little area here, from what I believe or what I've heard, that is the wireless charging card that's in here. So if you had one of those pads, whatnot, you just lay the device down on it and it would charge it just like that. You can get them off their website. I believe it's around $30. Or you can go on eBay. They're a little bit cheaper. They're universal. You just sit it on the pad and it charges wirelessly. Some people like that feature. So that is built in already, so you don't have to buy the cards anymore. They're built into it. And then obviously you have the micro USB charge port right there if you want to charge it that way, which I probably will be. And they actually added something new just recently according to Vapor Shark. It's called the zip charging, which means it's supposed to charge your batteries a lot faster through this port. I haven't been able to test it. Hopefully by the time I get this video all up and, you know, set up for the web, I'll have that information because I will test it for you. I still have another day of testing. I'm just shooting the close-ups today. So anyways, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to tell you if that's actually any faster than normally charging it. And let's look at the screen real quick. I have mine locked right now. Yep. Here we go. You gonna focus? Okay. So you can see the screen's a lot larger, a lot clearer, it seems to me. It seems like they're using much better circuit, or much better screen, I should say, for it. They're saying 30% larger than the old screen, and I'd say yes, because the old screen was just puny and dinky. It looked like it was a strip, and all the information was crammed into that area. So yes, this is the new version of the Rdna 40 screens that are out right now. You can now go down to 1 watt all the way up to 40 watts. I'm not going to cover any of the features of the Rdna 40, like temperature control and all that yet. We will be doing a separate video with a build with nickel wire, and we'll cover all the new features with the Rdna 40. This is more of a review for the Vapor Shark right now, the Rdna Vapor Shark. So that's what I'm doing. We're going to split this into 2 parts. Yeah, aesthetically, that's the close-ups on it. Like I said, spring-loaded 510, easy removable battery door, micro USB charging, wireless charging card built in, screens on the bottom, very nice. Love this new screen they got going here. And I'll show you one thing with the screen here in a moment. Alright, so let's show you a few other things on this device here. You got the battery cover, I want to show you that. It just got like these little grooves in here, and you just slide, and it's got a magnet. So it'll pop back in, which is nice. You see the magnet's right down here below, and that keeps the door closed, and that corresponds with this magnet on the door. And then you got a ribbon, which you can pop the battery out easily. The new Rdna 40 does have reverse battery protection, and they added a new thing just recently from what I was told. They added, it's called a reverse battery polarity buzzer. So if you do put it in the wrong way, it's going to buzz you, and I did this on accident. And it kind of freaked me out. I was like, what is going on? And then I kind of read into it and I saw it. So if you do put the battery nipple up, which it's actually supposed to go nipple down in this device, which I find odd, but it does show you in here negative, positive down in here anyway, so you won't mess that up. But if you do put it wrong, no harm. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's gonna, if you don't like buzzing sounds, just cover your ears. That's buzzing. It's not doing nothing down here. Just telling you the battery is inserted the wrong way. So reinsert the battery the correct way. So that's something new they added. It's called reverse battery buzzer. So not only are you protected, you get a loud screeching sound to pierce your ears. So yes. And then when you put the battery in, the door just goes on. It's a nice door, it really is. This is nice. Just boom, pops in there. Doesn't come off. It's on there until you press up on those notches there. Very easy to take your battery in and out. No problems whatsoever. And then when you do turn it on, you'll see Evolve DNA 40. And the screen will be ready to go. Let me show you something weird here. Okay, when you first put the battery in, it's actually going to give you the correct readout of the battery life. So you can see I've got about 90% or so, 80%. And once you press the fire button once, it goes back to full. And according to VaporShark, the Evolve DNA 40 boards is something they do. I contacted them, and I will pull up the message and I'll read it to you when we get up top. I don't want to talk like this. So I'll read you what they have sent me on this, because I thought this was an issue. And it is kind of an issue to me, but I mean, if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. I now know what it is. So you can see there, we're reading full battery. Pop the battery out. I can tell you it's not full. I've been using this battery for a little while now. And the sad thing is, this isn't the worst, because I've actually had a battery going for a whole day, and I was wondering why nothing was happening. And then I was finally thinking to myself, let me check this battery. And sure enough, the battery wasn't full. The thing's just reading wrong. But according to them, that's the way the DNA 40 board is. So, believe who you want to believe, but that's what they tell me. I should stand it up so you guys could see it. 3.92. So definitely not a full charge. Definitely about 80% of the battery still good. 3.92. Okay, so now you see the battery, and I'm going to take this same battery. You can see I'm putting it in there. It's going to go right in. And like I said, when you first turn it on, get out of my way, it's going to show you the correct battery until you press that fire button. Then it goes back to full. Yeah. And I'll read you what they said up top. So when we get up top, which is going to be now, we'll talk about why it's doing that and what, according to Evolve, they have told me. Alright, so this whole battery issue that's going on. I'm going to read you an email I got from VaporShark themselves. I have it pulled up right here, so I'm just going to read it and explain what they're telling me that is going on with the battery meter reading right now. They said, as per discussions with Evolve, the DNA 40 board will begin to display discharge at 3.6 volts, where the previous DNA board started to display discharge at 3.9 to 4 volts. This means that your battery meter will display a full charge for a longer period of time until it reaches 3.6 volts, at which point the meter will quickly drop lower with each press of the button. This is simply the design and function of the board. Also, the DNA 40 board will cut off when the battery reaches 2.7 volts. I hope this helps explain the battery meter issue. We're working closely with Evolve in regards of any and all issues with DNA 40 boards. So that's straight from VaporShark, because I did send an email trying to figure out why the battery readout was doing that. And I don't know if you could see it, probably not, but yeah, you can see it's a full battery right there. I just tested this battery before I started shooting this. That little close-up section, I think it was 3.9 or so, whatever it was, I don't remember now. But I just tested it today, and this battery is reading 3.69. And look at that battery meter. Still full. They're saying, though, at 3.6, it will quickly drop down, and it will just keep dropping with every button press. So really, what I take that as is full battery is going to display all the way till 3.6, and when it reaches 3.6, you have half battery, and it's going to show. So it's going to show you a half, a full, and an empty. So it's not very accurate in its battery readouts whatsoever. Really, it's going to display from 3.6 to 4.2, which is a full charge. It's going to display full, and then when it hits 3.6, it's supposed to drop down to a half, and then quickly decrease from there. So not a very good battery readout on this at all, which really surprises me, because the old DNAs, they were accurate. I mean, like he said in the email, at 3.9 it would start to display battery voltage drop, and so forth and so on. Not no more. At least that's what's going on now. It's like they took a step backwards. They fixed some things and then they took a step backwards. That's a big negative in my opinion. But I'm just letting you guys know about it. This battery's about to hit 3.6, so you know, I will report back in the next video about this whole battery issue as I continue to test it. Yeah, and that's that. That's okay. That's what they're telling me. Another thing with I was talking about the quick rapid charge that they put into here, that makes you be able to charge your batteries a lot faster, and that is very, very true. I had a half charge battery in here. It was 3.79. I tested it. I put it on the charger. I hooked it up via the micro USB. Half hour, or less it could have been, because the last when I looked at it, it was a half hour and it was already a green light here because it turns green, from red to green when it's charged. Half hour, it did a half charge on my battery basically. So I could only assume a fully dead battery would be an hour, which is ridiculously awesome. I like the fact that you can charge it that quick. That is great. That is a great feature. Great quick charge on there. If they weren't so expensive, I'd use them as battery chargers, but they're not, because an hour to charge an 18650 is just fantastic. I mean, fantastic. So that's a huge positive. Then we talked about the reverse buzzer, and you heard the annoying beep sound, the buzzing sound it makes when you put the battery in the wrong way. So they fixed that, and now they also fixed the fact that you can do undervolt. God, what's the word I'm thinking here? Step down. is also great. But again, I don't want to cover the board too much because that's going to be the next review. We're looking at the Vapor Shark itself right now. But let's look at one of our major difference between this Vapor Shark and all the other Vapor Sharks, and basically relates to the DNA. I mean, look at the screens. I don't know if we can see the difference here, but I mean, there you go. That is a old DNA 20 screen, and look at the size of the new one. So definitely a much better screen on these new ones. They fixed the scrambling issue with the screen being scrambled. They've had issues with numerous DNA 40 boards, and they have fixed that with a new screen. So it's not only China that's got quality control issues, because they had quality control issues on the screen on the old DNA 40. So same problems there. But again, about the device itself, it's solid. I mean, it feels hefty. The size of it is great. I mean, it's small. It fits in the hand great. Button, it's super clicky. Love it. Same thing with the up-down button. It's super clicky. I just locked it. The reader puts out the power it needs to put out. No issues there. The quick charge is fantastic. The great, easy to read screen. Adjustable 510 spring loaded pin on top is great. It's a great device for $189. I mean, the wait time sucked. So the shipping for the manufacturer was really bad. The wait time, they should just call it their pre-order, because it was a pre-order basically. They're not ready to ship right as they are. As of now on the website it says 10-day processing for all our DNA orders. So if you do order it, you're looking at 10 plus days, because mine said 10 days, or no, mine said 7 days when I made the order, and I waited 2 months. So I mean, I know that the Valve had issues, but still, that was quite long. And then this battery readout thing is just really stupid, if you ask me. I mean, really stupid. Temperature control, again, we'll get into later. I'll tell you more about that, and if it's even worth temperature control. And then you could also get these shark skins, which I'm using the blue one right now. I really like it. It gives it a nice fill, a nice grip to it. Keeps it protected for almost a $200 mod. Keep it protected. Trust me. They're a little bit of a bitch to get on and off, so basically just been charging it by this port here, because they're hard to get on and off. That sucks too, but it is what it is. Keep it protected, you know. That's about it. I mean, like I said, it's a good device. Is it worth 200 bucks or 190? That's gonna be up to you. I mean, if I knew the wait was gonna be 2 months, and I knew this battery metering issue, and I may not have bought it. I may not have, but I did pay for it. Money is spent, and I do like the mod itself. It is a great mod. I will be using it a lot. I'm sure a whole lot. And also considering the DNA boards are what, like 50, 55, 60 bucks, somewhere in that range. I know vendors get discounts and whatnot, but and then you know, they're obviously making money on it. They could be cheaper. It could be cheaper. But that's a lot of my opinion. You know, everybody's gonna have their own opinion. It is a great mod. There's no two ways about it. It's a great mod. And I'll stop rambling right here. Stay tuned next week because we're gonna dive into the DNA 40 a lot closer, and hopefully I'll be able to figure out a lot more about this board and a lot more of the kinks that are in this board. Yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah, we'll look at Temp Patrol next week. So that was the review for the Vapor Shark DNA 40. I hope you all enjoyed this review, and as always, if you're not subscribed to my channel, you may click the subscription link somewhere down in this corner. And until next time, guys, live well and stay calm.
You know it's only the beginning. Step up, cause you're the next one, and not the kill. You don't believe it.